wake up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my hell.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in Week 4. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check. Watch out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Here I come.
Again, Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got him in, it's Brown. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore in the middle of last year. Led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. From the corner, Jimmy Smith blitzes for the sack.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, 133.
And that's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a 1st down.
Jackson on 1st down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Andrews. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
This is Grant, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. This will be caught by Brown. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
1st down, Browns.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
1st down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Mayfield on play action. He is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Play fake, Mayfield. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield down. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 44-yard line.
1st down, Cleveland.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
to gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Good. 180. Got one. Walk tight. Tight your run.
Mayfield with it once more. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
15. Check 15.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Able to slither by. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
I'm scared. Switch it, swing it right, point it right, point it right.
From the 27, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st down, Browns.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mayfield now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. Mayfield looks to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize that.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jannard Avery able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Callaway on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Point it right. For this, man. Real. For this, they still playing soft.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the gun, Mayfield. Well, the pressure gets to him again. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Hey, let's get there. Lucky. Kill.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The Browns drive about to get started. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go play action. Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the quarter blitz.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Brings it just past the 15, able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. Jackson from the shotgun. It's complete to Snead. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans. But then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike, 44. Let's go. 44 is the Mike. 44.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
That's what I do. Why? Get wide. He's crazy.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things are going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Oh, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position, a couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
At the 1-yard line.
I got you, boy. Off. Max 40. Check Mike.
Now Jackson back into his end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Shift! Watch the shift! Rotate! Step! Hot shot. 40's Mike. I'm coming. 40's Mike.
Jackson on 3rd and long from his end zone. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back to the NFL scoreboard for a third quarter in Indy. And the Colts have scored to move in front. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get them about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the fourth quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Jackson now down around his goal line. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Ready? 44, Mike, 44. Hey, look, 3.
Now a give, right side. Grant. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Mike spoke. Exit.
Now Jackson on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, fourth quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
We're about to find out. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on third down.
Check 13. Check 13. 61. Match box.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Throwing is Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Returnable here for Callaway. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
47-yard line.
Single, slot.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And again, it's Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
1st down, Cleveland.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt. It showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check. Check, nickel. Check. check. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
On first down, it's Grant. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Corey Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. They do tack on the extra point as well. And the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 43. Real.
Now Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dayon Buchanan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
And this offense needs a touchdown. A field goal won't get it done in this situation. But after giving up back-to-back sacks, things are looking a little bit bleak.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one.
Check curls.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both